Before I start the video, I need to clear some things up. After I made the two previous videos on George Floyd, I've since been made aware that he wasn't always the gentle giant that he's made out to be. In fact, his rap sheet stretched all the way from the 1990s to 2007. He had had at least 5 drug-related offenses that he had served time for. In addition, he had also been arrested for trespassing, breaking and entering, and armed burglary. Now, what's significant about that last incident is that in 2007, he was posing as a government worker in order to gain entry into a woman's house. The victim, a pregnant woman who refused to give her identity, said that Floyd pressed a gun against her belly. It was then that 5 other men showed up and proceeded to search the house for valuables while Floyd held the woman at gunpoint. They ended up taking her jewelry, along with her cell phone. Floyd was later arrested and was sentenced to 5 years in prison in the year 2009. Now, does this mean that he deserved to die the way that he did? Hell no. He did some pretty terrible things, and there's no defending them. But even so, even he didn't deserve to die at the hands of scumbags who didn't deserve to wear their badges. Really? Just really? The Twitter Puritans want to cancel the children's program Paw Patrol because of Chase the police dog. I wish this was a joke, but unfortunately, this is the time that we're living in. They've already canceled Cops, a show that not only my family, but hundreds of thousands of others have enjoyed over the course of 31 long years. And then, all of a sudden, it gets canceled. Why? Because it shows what the police officers have to deal with every single day on the job. It's the same situation with Live PD. It started in October of 2016 and went on for a total of 4 seasons. On May 7th of this year, the show was even renewed for another 160 episodes. It could have had a much longer career before George Floyd occurred. After that, the Twitter mobs came out in full force. Now, logically, you'd think that the publishers of these shows would stand by their fans and not cancel them on behalf of a few dozen morons who probably don't even watch these shows in the first place. But of course, this is 2020, and these spineless network executives would rather piss off the many in order to favor the few. Of course, it does go without saying that if they had stuck to their guns, the mainstream media would have ripped them apart. This is what cancel culture and SJW politics are all about. These people are no better than the Antifa cum-stains who are trying to tear down Confederate monuments because they disagree with the ideals of those men. When you put a person's skin color above their character, their actions, and their history, you are the one who is guilty of racism. This applies to everyone, including these minorities, who've been shown to be more racist than other groups. These people, along with Antifa, BLM, and these SJW Twitter mobs, are the same people who look at the crimes committed by the members of these minorities. And what do? They blame the cops for enforcing the laws that many of these people in these low-income neighborhoods end up breaking. Now, I do want to make a point that while I will stand up for the police, I'll also say that these people, not just blacks, but whites, Asians, Latinos, and everyone else who's forced to live in these low-income places need better opportunities for themselves. So that way they'll be less likely to join gangs, commit crimes, and ultimately end up in jail or being shot by police officers doing their jobs. Now, the problem is that a lot of these places are in Democrat-run states, where the people there take everything that the first Democrat says is gospel truth, and they vote for them. These people generally don't know any better, and the ones that do are often outnumbered by the ones that don't. In addition, you have these illegal immigrants coming in who believe the promise of these Democrats, and they vote for them, hoping to get the benefits of free college, free health care, welfare, food stamps, and whatever else they can get their hands on. When the majority is held by people like this, then it should come as no surprise that the mayors and the governors would roll over when Antifa comes to take control of a place like Seattle. Speaking of Seattle, the stupid mayor, Jenny Durkin, not only chose to run away with her tail stuck between her legs, but she forced her entire police department to follow her. And if that's not enough, she tried to shout down the one man who's got the stones to take her city back from these self-proclaimed revolutionaries. There are people in office who shouldn't be allowed to play with matches, and to be honest, I wouldn't give this broad a wet candle. She needs to follow her own advice and stay inside her little makeshift bunker while the real leaders get things accomplished, instead of just whining about it like they always do. If these if these mental freaks get their way, the entire country will become like Minneapolis. These governors need to be stripped of their powers to make the police back down and either be forced to protect their constituents or be fired for refusing to do so. I hope these business owners get to sue her to the point where she loses everything. So that way, she's made to know what the people in these low income communities have to go through 24/7. I'm not going to say I hope you enjoyed the video, because I didn't. This isn't something that one should enjoy. These are chaotic and dangerous times that we're living in. I hope that all of this is just darkness before the dawn. We need reforms in our community, in our country, not just in the police, but in the way these states and these federal governments work. I'm Mr. J, and I hope you all stay safe out there. Take care, and God be with you guys. Peace out, everyone.